Rafer Wright. Order my new book, Wealth. I'm working to open a Detroit's only black-owned grocery store at Us Food Market. Father entrepreneur, blacktivist Detroiter, young OG. That's dope. Let's see. U.S. Food Market. Let's follow that. That just sounds like that's just dope to be dope. Let's go back. See what this guy talking about. A lot of y'all don't want to build. Y'all just want a social media moment. I agree with that. Replace a big brand with a black brand. That's dope. Rayford Wright. So this guy looked like he wrote 2 books. Link in the bio. If you're reading this, you're learning how to hustle and want to know how to achieve financial freedom? Question mark. Well, that's dope. That play on that 444 is sweet. Okay, talking to youth, giving back to town Detroit. There's enough room on the shelf. Jackson, Carter, Combs, Rose for everybody to eat. Hashtag wealth. The same niggas you flexing with need to support your business or they're useless as hell. Wealth. Accept the Air Jordan Challenge. Step 1. Go into your closet and grab your worn pair of Nike Air Jordans or anything else that you're not using. List them online for sale at eBay, Amazon, StockX. Earn cash and use that cash to empower yourself and invest. That's dope. What is wealth? Wealth is financial freedom or the ability to live comfortably your entire life without financial needs. Wealth is not having lots of money or living lavish because you can live low key and still be wealthy. I hear that. Wealthy people are usually rich, but rich people aren't necessarily wealthy because a rich person who owns more than what he owns isn't wealthy. That's pretty dope there. That's assets and liabilities. I like that. It's pretty dope. I'm digging this guy. Let's see what he got on this site. Yeah, we want to follow the link, of course. Ah, dope. Inspired by Jay-Z's 444 album, Rafer's Right. New book presents a practical roadmap to financial freedom. You want to know how to achieve financial freedom? Wealth. Dope. So it's on Amazon and everything. So, let's check it out. Man, I tell you what, the weather is finally actually broke in Michigan. Oh my goodness, it's such a nice day out here. And one of my most favorite things is actually come outside and read. So I got the book. Let's dive into it. Let's see what we got. You know what? Let me address real quick. Chapter 2 is pretty dope. I like the fact that we jump right into it and really identify one of the key factors of why it's hard out here to build wealth. But I'm not going to spoil it. You guys know what's up. And yes, I still use a highlighter. I can already tell you this is actually going to be pretty sweet because I'm actually already 20 pages in and I can already tell you that I'm actually enjoying this. A lot of this is straightforward, to the chase, just really, really, really like spot on knowledge about what it is to gain wealth, what it is to secure wealth, what it is to build wealth. And I haven't even scratched the surface yet. Now, here's the thing, guys. Don't judge how fast I'm reading or how fast you can consume this content because a lot of these concepts in here are definitely really foreign to the average person. So just because I'm flipping through the pages fast, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be how you perceive the information, okay? And plus, I read a lot, so I read actually pretty fast. You know, actually, hold on a sec. Hold on. So these are just I did it anyway. So these are just the books that I have just on finance, right? Like there's a whole stack of them, and I got stacks upon stacks upon stacks upon stacks upon stacks upon stacks of them. So yeah, I can read fast, and I read a lot about money. But here's the thing: what I'm seeing so far in this book is that it's actually pretty dope with what he's presenting. All the concepts are definitely spot on, and they're straight to the point and they're easy to read. Most people, when you go through these mini finance books, you start to get a little confused with some of the topics and what they're actually talking about. But what he's presented is some serious spot on information. So you know what I need now? I need a coffee.
So I actually got a confession to make. I was actually going to go get coffee, but I caught a whiff of some bacon. I don't know where it came from, who was cooking it, but something about bacon says that you just have to go grab some peppers. So I ended up here. The good old trusty Coney Island. Hey y'all, I'm actually super excited because I went through that book and I read it all through and I reached out to my boy Raphael and I actually set up a interview with him. So he's actually going to come on a podcast here and we're going to actually talk a little bit about the Wealth book and what he's got going on. So let's insert the clip right now. All right, so let's jump into it. So we're talking about wealth today, man. It's one of my favorite topics to always talk about, to talk about money, talk about how you can get financial freedom. And guys, you know this is the podcast where we talk about business, money, capitalism, and finance, and everything in between to make sure that you're being great with your money. But first of all, let me hit you guys with a couple stats real quick. And this information comes straight from your U.S. government, straight from the census. And did you know, ladies and gentlemen, you probably heard me say this, but let me reiterate it, that you only got 1% of people actually out here that's actually becoming wealthy. You got about 4% of people that's actually going to be those individuals that have enough capital for financial freedom. But guys, you got 67% of people depending on Social Security, friends, relatives, charity, and just kind of scraping by every single day. Those are the people that went and retired and then unfortunately had to go back to work after that. Now, here's the thing. You got about 29% of people that's actually dead, and here's the problem. There's no idea as far as generational wealth there. Most people are dying. They don't have any type of life insurance. They don't have any type of policies lined up. And ladies and gentlemen, they're just struggling every single day. So we get this perpetual thing kind of going on where we have lack of wealth in certain communities, especially in the urban areas, especially in the African-American community, and all the way around. So that's what we want to do this episode today. We want to talk about wealth. Now, here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump right into it. I got a very special guest here, Mr. Raphael Wright. Now, this guy's a 2-time author. He's actually building business, serial entrepreneur, and listen, ladies and gentlemen, he's got a killer thing on the forefront here on his next business move. So I'm super excited, man. I'm thankful that you actually came down to kind of kick it with us. So, brother, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing awesome, good sir. So, for the individuals that's listening, all right, that do not know anything about you, give them kind of the couple minute just kind of definition of your mission, what you're trying to do, because I know we vibe a lot on the finance end, but tell the people.
Right now, well, you summed up a little bit of it. I'm a serial entrepreneur, but I've gotten into social entrepreneurship as of late past few years. So right now I'm focusing on building communities, our communities, the inner city, the hood. I want to make the hood great again, and I want to do it in all aspects, but I'm starting with food.
Okay.
So here in Detroit, I'm working on opening the only black-owned full-service grocery store,
Right.
which is, still, it does something to me to say that, you know what I'm saying? We're the blackest city in America, and we don't own a grocery store. We don't control any aspect of food production, distribution, or anything. So I want to tackle it there because if we don't feed our folks, how can we lead them?
Right.
So.
That's dope, man. Now, where you at? And I know when you had came on Shop Talk Podcast before, you were just kind of in the beginning stages getting things out there. So where's the progress at now? What's the update on the food store?
We got a lot of progress since then. The challenges have been, in our way, no doubt with that. But the ground that we've broken has just been, unheard of. And, thank God for it every day. We've locked in on a few spaces. We got some paperwork on a few as well. Just seeing where the right fit is. Everything has to align, and that's where it gets real freaky at. When something falls out of whack, and you got to kind of start over. But we've been pushing, man. We've been pushing. A lot of the city financial opportunities have come in our way. The support has never left. If anything, it's gotten bigger. And we just still rocking on with it. So still gonna be east side. So the locations that we found are east, and we just move in and see where the best fit is at.
All right. So, man, you say you guys are actually out here hitting moves and stuff, getting over the obstacles. Is it just you? You got a team in place?
Got a team. From day one I had a team. Now, those parts move at times. So, we break up and then, other people jump in the fold. But for the most part, it's always been more than one person.
Okay.
Which is, a blessing as well because I didn't come from the industry. Right. So I knew from day one that I was not going to even try to pursue this by myself. That's something that we do a lot anyway as African Americans, man. We just do hustle solo, and, that's a little counterproductive for me. So I know for this big project, you would need the heavy hitters to help out.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Now, just for the listeners, right? You're young black male from, Detroit doing your thing. Drop your age for them so they can get a scope. Because the reason why I say that because so many individuals, they hit that wall. They say, well, I'm too old to pursue my dreams, or I got kids, I got a family. I got to play it safer right now. So just give them a scope. Where you at right now?
29.
29. So
I'll be 30 this year.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations. And business and things of that nature. And I was like, all right, so let me check the guy out. So I went out, saw the book, hit you with the message on Instagram, like, yo, told me to reach out. Let me grab a couple of copies of the book. So before we jump into that, let's talk a little bit about the first book because Wealth is book number 2 for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one, what was the title, and also did you think that you would actually be writing another book? Because it seemed like they came out pretty close to each other.
Yeah, the first book is called How to Hustle, and that's an entrepreneur guide, but it's speaking from the perspective of a street hustler. That's honestly, those were my first teachers because I didn't grow up in a privileged community like most of us. Right. I grew up where the first businessman you see is the drug dealer or the pimp or the street mechanic. That's where I grew up, and that's what inspired me. Not per se to take on those trades, but to just work for myself.
Right.
So I took all of those lessons and I put them in a short manual. That's what started all of this storm with me in general. The second book, I started it immediately after the release of the first one. So, a lot of the stuff I start is, if it comes out now, that means it was already in the play. Thing was, I had to shelf it because the grocery store project picked up. But when 444 came out, with Jay-Z, I said I had to finish it out because that was the catalyst. It's a lot of these projects, just all inspired by 444, and this is definitely one of them. It was unexpected. I didn't really think I was going to finish this book, and I didn't think that I would even put it out till after the store was open. But I said, hey, I know that we need more time with the store. This could be a good mixtape for the album.
Right.
So that's pretty much what it boiled down to doing.
I like it, man. I like it. So one of the questions I got, when I heard 444, right, I was like, man, like this is like, right here is like gold. Like everything he said is truth, is gold, is wealth. What he's talking about is what people really need to be focused on in our community, right? I was blown away. Like I think I listened to it about 2 or 3 times back to back the whole album.
Me too.
And I was just like, oh my God, dude.
And a lot of people try to make it Lemonade too, and I had to tune those people out real quick.